Hey, my lovelies, it's me, author Alexandria Infante, coming to you with a new review. So, it is Mainstream Thursday. So, that means that we have a mainstream indie author tonight. And when we say mainstream, we mean Caucasian because of the way that, the book world works. They rarely ever call us minority authors mainstream. So, even though mainstream is technically Harry Potter, basically Dan Brown, Aya Cox, all of these authors fit in the mainstream category. It's just that when they say mainstream, if the author is a minority, then they have to say, oh, interracial author, blah, 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 blah. They can't just say mainstream author. So that is why we say Mainstream Thursday, because the only people they technically consider mainstream are Caucasian authors. So it sucks ass. And it's not fair at all, but that is the way that it works. We minority authors have known this for like forever. So anyway, tonight is our mainstream author, and I will be bringing you a dragon series. But first, a little bit of some things to get out of the way before we start. Once again, I want to thank music composer Ben Sound for his awesome music that you hear playing at the beginning of every video. He is a royalty-free music composer, and he will allow you to use his music if you give him a shout out. Now, you can go to his website, which is bensound.com, and he will allow you to download his music. Now, there's a catch though. If you download his music, you have to give him his props, which is the way it should be with everything. If you are using someone's work, if you are using their art, if you are using anything that does not belong to you, you need to give them their props. So, we here at Poison Pen want to give Mr. Ben Sound his props because he's awesome. He allows you to use any of his music. As long as you give him his shout out, you tell others where you got it from, and you post it in the credits. Now, we don't post the credits because of the fact that we say it right here. So, we technically don't need to. When the video comes on, you're hearing me say, this music is from bensound.com. So, if you need music for your videos, your book trailers, any of that, check him out. He also has music that's royalty free, which you can buy. So, if you find a song that you really, really like and you want to make it your own, well, you can pay him for that song and then it becomes your property. It's a little bit different. You have to click on the box, and then the box itself under the music will tell you exactly what you need to do. And then you can download it and you pay for it and you work out all that stuff with him. But I use the free side, which basically I can say who he is, where I got the music from, and then that gives him his props, and then I'm done. So, also, a new subscriber. Hi, Dina. She asked if we would be doing more of my housemates. Now, as we all know, I can't do myself because that's just cheesy. So I don't review my books, but I do review my housemates because they are indie authors as well. And I don't think that it's fair of me to not review their work if I can get it out, to not review their work as well, because Kanisha, Arlie, SK, and Lexi are awesome authors, and Kanisha already has a new fan out there who has pretty much bought and reviewed all of her books. So I'm here for that as well, to make you aware of them. I will throw a little pitch of my own in there because I have my own channel. I'll try not to refer to my books because that's a little cheesy too, especially since I'm running the channel and I'm doing the reviews, because God forbid Jen should come on and do one. But we will be doing some author channel takeovers. So we will have people coming in to take over the channel and do reviews for you as well. I found out that I have some relatives who would like to do this. So I might actually have my daughter coming in on Sundays, like maybe every other Sunday, to do a review on the channel of YA, because she is a YA reader. So, basically, we will be reviewing My Housemates on Saturday. So I am not going to incorporate them into the mainstream of the channel anymore. Monday through Friday will typically be the indie authors who are sending in their submissions, and then since readers are actually asking for My Housemates, I'm going to do them on Saturday. So Saturdays will be just their day, because I pretty much know all of their books, so I don't even have to. I've read them all, because we pretty much support each other. We're all indie authors. I mean, yes, I used to be a traditionally published author from 2011 to 2015, but then I decided to become an indie author. So we all support each other. So I've read all of their awesome books as well. So on Saturday, we will review Kenesha Knowles' It Takes a Fairy. That is an awesome book. It's fairy and dragon, which by happenstance is crazy, because the book that we are going to be reviewing today is also fae and dragon. So we are going to take Saturdays as their day. So I won't incorporate them. This is the author that we will be doing tonight. I won't incorporate them anymore into the weekday of the process. And then SK, when she puts out her next book, we will be doing her on Sundays, because she is a YA author as well. So basically, it wouldn't make sense to put her on Saturdays. So I will be reviewing My Housemates on Saturday. So hope that answers your question, Dina. And thanks so much for posing that question. You are automatically entered to win the $50 gift certificate or gift card from Amazon. In case you guys are forgetting, basically the comments on the videos are what we're going to go through to award that $50 Amazon gift card to whichever subscriber. So make sure you are leaving your comments, and we'll talk about that a little bit more after the review. I don't want to take up the review time for okay, so tonight, like I said, tonight's review is a dragon series, and it is called Kiss of a Dragon, and it's by author Alisa Woods, and the series is called Fallen Immortals Book 1. So the series is called Fallen Immortals, and it's Kiss of a Dragon, and this is the first book in the series. So this is, I hope you guys can see that, because I don't want to bring it up so I don't freaking turn orange. So hopefully you guys can see that. That's a nice cover. So the book is basically Lucian. Lucian is a dragon prince, and it's him and his brothers. Lucian Syrian, I believe it is. I wasn't exactly sure how to pronounce this character's name. Leonidas, which basically that reminds me of Leonidas from the Trojans. And then I believe it's pronounced, maybe it's Kincaid. No, Sinead. Sinead. I believe that's Cinaed. So Synod, or someone, if you've read this, leave me a comment down there in the box to let me know how this name is actually pronounced. Okay, so you have 3 dragon princes, and basically they were born of a mortal woman. And so in this series, the dragon cannot produce an heir unless it is through a mortal woman. So basically, there was I don't remember the backstory for that, I remember him talking about it and talking about how, because this is what he needs. And so if they don't birth a hatchling, because of the fact that they're not triplet, like they're triplets, but they're like more fraternal twins than they are like identical twins. And so it's him and his brothers, and they were born through a female woman. And what happened is they are an anomaly. Like each dragon has one hatchling. Well, because she was a mortal woman, she actually wound up spawning three. And so they are the Dragon Prince brothers. Now, Lucian actually isn't the oldest. Is he? Yeah, he is. Lucian he basically, the crown falls on his shoulders. So he is the one who has to have a hatchling. If he doesn't have a hatchling, he will die. That is part of his prophecy. So, or the dragon prophecy. And if he mates and he's 500 years old right now. If he mates and gets her pregnant to have his hatchling, then another 500 years is tacked onto his existence. So he will exist for 1,000 years. So he needs to get this hatchling. I don't know. Can you guys hear the ice cream truck? I'm telling you all, there's something wrong with this Mr. Frosty. He always bringing his butt around here at this time of night. Well, today it's actually early, so he get a pass. I'm sorry. It's barely 7. But I'm telling you, he comes around here at 11 o'clock at night. Only like potheads are feeding for ice cream at 11 o'clock at night to go outside. Usually you have ice cream in the refrigerator. But to actually go outside and chase Mr. Frosty, no, there's something wrong with that. Anyway, so, sorry, I digress. And so, this is part of his prophecy. So he has to have a hatchling. Okay, so now he comes from this meeting and he's flying like around, or I can't believe I keep doing that. He's flying around and he sees this woman fighting a demon in an alley. And so he's just like, what the heck? And so he automatically zones into her. He sees that she has no magical power, so he's not even understanding how she's fighting this demon. And so he zooms in and he basically tackles the demon, kills him, and then pretty much saves the woman. And then and the woman is I'm sorry, darn it, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry, I have to take my glasses off for a second because I'm farsighted. So basically, that means that I can't see far off. Or is that nearsighted? Anyway, so basically, they are called the House of Smoke. I kind of that was very facetious to me. But anyway, they are basically, his name is Lucian Smoke. And his dragon clan is called the House of Smoke. And so, basically, that is her name. I knew it was Ari something. Sorry. And so he sees the woman fighting in the alley, and then he swoops in, he saves her, and this is Arabella. And Arabella is she's like a legal aid worker or a lawyer. I don't remember if it said she was an actual lawyer, but what she does is she pretty much she pretty much helps women escape from abusive relationships. So she helps them to file restraining orders. She helps them fill out police reports, that kind of stuff, to get away from these abusive men. And so basically he saves her in the alley. And he's amazed because she's not a demon hunter. She's not a witch. She has no, magical properties that would basically help her to fight this demon. And so basically she's pretty much giving him some can of whoop ass. I think they said I can say the A word on this channel. So she's basically opening up a can. And he's zoning in on all of this, and he's like, but she won't be able to take him because he's a demon, or he's a fledgling, he's half demon. And so he flies in. Right when he flies in, she pulls a gun, and so she shoots at the demon, but he catches her off guard, and she sees him, so the gun sort of goes askew, and she winds up shooting him. Well, he has his dragon armor, which basically is his scales. His scales are, they're very. Oh, the only thing that can permeate these scales are other dragon talents. And so when she shoots, it basically bounces off of his wings, ricochets, and then, flies. So at this point in time, as he's lighting down, he transforms, or he shifts into his man form, and he's running to help her with this demon. And so he winds up killing the demon, and then she's pretty much just like, okay, did you really just have wings? And as he's trying to talk to her, she like passes out, and then he realizes that when the bullet hit his wings, it ricocheted and it went through her, and like went through her stomach, but it was a through and through. So basically there's no bullet. He picks her up, he takes her, he flies off with her, and he takes her to his mansion, which is like his lair in the clouds and the forest type whatever. And so he takes her there, and then he heals her, because he can't take her to the hospital, especially for the fact that she might be like, yeah, this dude's a dragon. So he takes her to the hospital, to his lair, and then he patches her up, fixes her up, all this stuff, and then it's like he leaves her to sleep. He gives her some of his dragon blood so she's able to heal. And then so the next day, he's like, they have this conversation, and he's like, no, you can't go, because you know about me, and I don't know if I can trust you. I don't even know you. And so she's pretty much like, I have work to do, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. I cannot stay here. And then he's like, so then they basically start talking, and he tells her that he needs a mate. And he explains all of this to her. And he tells her that if he doesn't get this mate, then he's pretty much going to die, because he has to have a hatchling in order to get another 500 years of life. And so basically the rest of the book, he's trying to deny his feelings for her. His whole plan in the first place was to seduce her and get her to be his dragon mate. And her whole thing was, I'm not trying to hear that, because I'm not interested in you like that. Even though my brain is lying to me saying that I'm not, my body's screaming, yes, I am. And so they have this like pheromone thing going on. It's sort of like how, I will refer to my books now, it's sort of how like in, this is what I was getting. In my Teacher Between Midnight and Dawn series, book 3, the warlocks, they're etched with pheromones. So they, on their backs, they have these pheromone tattoos. So anytime they come in contact with women, if they are physically attracted to those women, then the hormones start to secrete from their skin. And so what happens is that woman, it affects her. And so that's what I'm seeing this as, because of the fact that whenever she's near him, she can't think straight. She knows, like, her lady bits are like having a party. And so he basically, so she tries to deny that she's attracted to him. So this is pretty much what the rest of the book is about. Okay, now my issues with this darn book. This was a good book. I will tell you that straight off. It was a good book. I like the flow of the characters. I like the dragon princes, Lucian, Leonidas, and I believe it's Sinead. I like the three brothers because they each have their own personality. Like Leonidas is pretty much the jokester, the one that just like secretes so much charm that he's forever walking around with a smirk on his face, like some joke that only he knows about. He's sexy. He's not as handsome as Lucian, and it's more or less because Lucian is that dark brooding type. Ladies, we love that dark brooding type, and that is what he is. And he tries to deny who and what he is as a dragon, as a man, all of this, because he feels like, because of what happened in the past, I don't want to tell you that, you need to read it. He feels like he doesn't deserve love, and so that's what makes him even more lovable, is the fact that he feels like he doesn't deserve this. And then Sinead, I believe that's what I'm gonna call him. He is the kinky one. And so because of the fact that he can't have what he wants, he resorts to other things. So If I had to star this book, I would give this book a solid 3.75, 4 stars. I'm going to give it a 3.75. And you know why? Because of the mother ending. This woman literally ended this book like, bah. I was reading the book and I flipped the page, and then the first words that came out of my mouth, even though this is a PG channel, was mother me. No, she did not just do that. So, I don't have a problem with cliffhangers. I mean, I am an author myself. And so in the respect of an author, I can understand cliffhangers. I don't have a problem with it. Because every book that I have, because of the fact that I write a Happy for Now series, I don't write a Happy Ever After series. The only Happy Ever Afters I write are, my contemporary and my historical. Those are all Happy Ever Afters, which is probably the reason why I don't write Happy Ever After in any of the paranormals. The paranormals don't get a Happy Ever After. They get a Happy for Now because of the fact that they are a series. So, I understand cliffhangers. I totally get them. You know, I really like them. So, the majority of the time, I'm okay with them. But this was not cool, which is the reason why she gets a 3.75 instead of a 4 stars, because of the way that she ended this book. She abruptly ended it with no kind of warning. Like, I will refer to my books again. In Teaching Between Midnight and Dawn, the first book, Ariana's Legend, at the end of the book, there is a prophecy. I can tell you this because this isn't the specific end. Magellan steals the book. So you already know what's coming next. I don't need to tell you. That is the cliffhanger. If you read the book and the flow of the book, when you see that he steals this book, you already know, which is Isis's Book of Magic. When he steals this book, you already know what's coming next. The fact that I'm telling you that he stealed the book. Oh, Lord, my daughter will have a heart attack. She will be dying laughing with this. The fact that he stole the book prepares you for what's coming next. She didn't do that. She just ended the book for no reason. Like, she says, oh, I love you. There's 2 more lines after that, and then you flip the page thinking, because it goes to the end of the page, you flip the page thinking there's something else, and there was nothing else. There's a promotion for the book too. That was dirty. That's not cool. And as a reader, I am very surprised that I'm very surprised that you haven't gotten any 1 stars for that, because readers do not like that. They like to have a cliffhanger. Especially if you don't tell them that the book has a cliffhanger like that in it. Like my cliffhangers, I don't get any reviews where people are pissed off because of the way that I ended the book. Because I try to end it like a series. Like if you were watching, Superman, Supergirl, any of the DC or Marvels, or a series show, Pretty Little Liars, something like that. I try to end it like a TV series would end, so you know the ending is coming and you're preparing yourself and you know it's going to transfer over to the next book. But the way she ended this book gives you no preparation. You're not prepared for anything. It just comes out of nowhere like wham. So that is why she does not get a 4 star in my book, because I just kind of felt like that was very cheesy. If you want readers to buy the rest of your books, you really should not be doing that, because all that's going to do is piss them off. And the crazy thing is, this book was free. This is a freebie on Amazon.com. And so if you pissing off readers from a freebie, that's not going to work in your favor. That's not going to make them buy the second book, because you pissed them off in the first one. So if I had to say anything to this author, and I'm not trying to be better than thou, on my high horse or nothing like that. I really, truly am not. I'm coming to you as a reader right now. The author would say, girl, you better fix that. You should not be doing that. The reader would say, this would make me want to star your book lower than you deserve. So I feel like because of the fact that it was a good book, it was a good read, I really enjoyed it. I loved the dynamics of the characters. I love how they interacted. I actually liked Arabella. A lot of times it takes me a little bit to get to, unless she just comes out of the gate, like Kenya writes character MJ. She had me rolling through the entire book. So she came out the gate. I loved her instantly. Siren Allen's Cinderella. I loved her instantly. So unless it's like that, it takes me a little bit to work up to the character. So I really liked Arabella, and I liked her secretary. I think it was Rosalind. I liked her too. I would like to know more, and I would read a second book if she hadn't done that. So I'm not even sure if I would pick up the second book personally, but I'm telling you guys, this is a good book. It is a good series, and if you have no issue with cliffhangers like that, because remember, this is an honest review channel. We are going to tell you the truth. That is what we're here for. Indie authors need the truth. So, I mean, there's a truth hurts. Believe me, I understand, because I got a lot of truth on my books. Or their truth on my books. So, basically, what I'm saying is that, I just had I had a problem with that ending. But other than that, the book is good. I love the characters. I love the men. The men, they sound very sexy and alluring. And they're dragons. Come on, who doesn't love dragons? But yeah, that ending just really pissed me off. So I'm going to star this book a 3.75. If that were not the ending, she would have gotten a 4 stars from me. Jen is livid because she read the book first, and Jen's review is not going to be on here. And so I decided to go with my review instead of Jen's, because I actually really, really enjoyed the book. She enjoyed it too, but the ending pissed her off as well. So basically, that is our review for tonight. Once again, sorry, my table was too far this time. Once again, the book is called, just a second. The book is called, hope you can see it, Kiss of a Dragon, Fallen Immortal, Book 1. That is what the series is called. And the author is, can you guys see it? See it. The author is Alisa Woods. And this is a series. So far, what I saw on the back of the book, it has at least 4 books to it so far. I'm not exactly sure how many are in the series. And I'm not sure if I will be. That's just my honest opinion, because that's what we do here, honesty. I was just very, 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 very irritated by that ending. So I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if I would read another book. I like the book, but I kind of feel like you shafted me. So but I do encourage you guys to go out and pick up this book, because it is a good read. It is a good book. If you hear anything that I'm saying, despite the fact that I was very disgruntled, what I'm saying is I'm disgruntled because of the fact that it was a good book. It was a good read. The characters were very interesting, very inviting. The entire series is probably very awesome. But I'm disgruntled because of the ending. So what I'm saying is, if you don't have an issue with endings like that, this is the book for you. Go out and pick up this author's book, because remember, she is getting a 3.75. She would get a 4 if it wasn't for that ending. So please pop out there and pick up her book. It is called The Kiss of a Dragon, or actually Kiss of a Dragon, Fallen Immortals, Book 1. and it's by author Alisa Woods. You guys make sure you go out and get it. Now, tomorrow we will be reviewing. Okay, give me a second. I gotta find him. I know we put him on here. At least I thought he was on here. Darn it. Sometimes my Kindle doesn't pick up the books that Jen's... here we go. Okay. Tomorrow we will be reviewing authors Stanley E. James II and Keisha Williams. Truth the Streets, or Truth to the Streets. Oh, I'm sorry. True to the Streets. Duh. I have my glasses on. My glasses are for seeing far away. Okay, so basically, author of the hit Gang Tales, The Bust, and it's called True to the Streets, and it's by authors Stanley E. James II and Keisha Williams. We will be reviewing them tomorrow, and this is we were doing so well. We didn't get orange, so now I may as well bring it up to you. So here is the book, True to the Streets, and we will be reviewing this tomorrow. And then on Saturday, yay! Came back. On Saturday, we will be reviewing Kenesha Knowles' Where is it? Where is it? I thought I had it on my Kindle. I am not seeing it. Wait, okay. Maybe it's in the downloaded section. So, do you guys hear that ice cream truck? Okay, so on Saturday we will be reviewing Kenesha's It Takes a Fairy, and this is part of her Heart's Core Dragon Fae series. So basically, Graham is a dragon, but just like over in Miss Wood's book, he is also Fae. So pretty much, I guess that was a thing. I haven't written a dragon series. I love dragon series because Miss Jones, Indy Jones, hers was the bomb. I loved that book. And then I loved Kenesha's. And then I loved Miss Woods. I just didn't like that ending. So, Saturday, we will be reviewing It Takes a Fairy. And it's called the Dragon Tales Heart's Core Legacy Series. And it's by Kenesha Knowles. And so that is what we will be reading on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Jen sent me, we haven't gotten any actual YA author. So Jen sent me a freebie from Amazon, and it's by author. I was gonna do this last weekend, but then I totally forgot that I had it. It's by author Danny Hart, and it's called Midnight Rose. And so look at that cover. That is so nice. I started reading it yesterday, but then I decided to wait till Saturday so it will be fresh on my mind. But what I'm reading so far, I like. This is a mainstream YA. I really truly wish we would get more IR YA too. Multicultural and interracial YA too. So please, 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 if you know any of the indie authors that write YA and NYA paranormal for teens, please, please send them over here, because so far the only ones that we have was KRS McIntyre, her book. That was, Jen really loved it. It's called Saving Eden. And then we have SK Blues, Chosen by Two, The Chronicles of Takuri. And then we have Naja's Quest. Those are the only YAs that. Oh, actually no. And then we have the Hawthorne House. So those are the only YAs I can remember that we've reviewed so far. The Hawthorne House by Donald Firesmith. Though all four of those books were, Jen just loved them, but we haven't gotten any more YA. So if you are a YA author watching this, or you know of a YA author, please, please, please have them come and basically send us their submissions. Remember, you can send your submissions automatically. You don't have to watch this video. I mean, we hope that you do. Show your fellow indie authors love. But you can send all of your submissions to Multicultural Romance Latina. And you can, if it is a YA, put attention Jen. If it is paranormal, put attention Ali. If it is contemporary romance, no matter the genre, no matter the criteria, whether it's IR, MC, or Caucasian, don't matter. Put attention Erica. And so those are pretty much how we roll. I mean, Jen does IR too. She doesn't do anything but IR, and she does paranormal too. She doesn't do anything but paranormal and horror. Mystery, paranormal, and horror. So if that is you, sci-fi, mystery, horror, paranormal. If that's where you fall in, send it to Jen. I do paranormal, paranormal and historical. I do a little bit of horror. Like I read Cynthia Noble's book, and I was able to read that. But I'm a chicken. My oldest laughs at me all the time because he's always bringing some freaking movie like Haunting of Connecticut or something like that, and trying to make me watch it, and then laugh hysterically because then I'm freaking out. So no, I don't. I do the skimming of horror. So if your book skims the top, then I will read it. But if not, no, send that to Jen. And then historical romance. I love historical romance. So if you're a historical romance author, please send in your historical romance. Put Alejandria. It's me. Me amo Alejandria. Bring it to me. So send that to me. And if you are if you're YA, remember that goes to Jen. And then if you are just straight contemporary, where any type of contemporary, erotica, all of that, send that to Erica 2K. You could just use Erica. And that is pretty much it to this review. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please, please, please continue to watch. And if you are a new viewer, subscribe. Subscribe down there. And if you are an author, remember, if you are subscribed, you get your stuff on quicker. Come on, it's a quick program. Basically. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that little bell down there each time, and it will ring, letting you know every time we upload a new video. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye. Bunches.